How's it going, everybody? It is Alex with Finance with Alex, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over an Excel tutorial on personal budgeting. So hopefully in this video, I will show you all the most simple way to create a little table and things of that sort to help you with your personal finances, show your income, saving, expenditures, things like that. And as well with that, hopefully teach y'all a little bit on how to create one yourself in that you don't follow exactly what I do, but you learn the actual ins and outs of Excel. So hopefully you can customize your own later on. All right, let's get right into it. So first thing you want to do, make sure autosave is always on and give it a name, anything you like. I actually recorded this already, and then I forgot to have a monitor capture on, so you couldn't see anything that I was doing up here. Um, it's a shame, but hey, at least I get more practice. All right, so let's go. So first thing we're going to want to do is you're going to want to write all the different types of things that you want to view on your budgeting table. So I'm going to give you a couple, but again, you can customize it however you want. First one, date. Then we have month. Then the amount, or like dollar amount. Then we have category. Then we have income slash expense. Then we have the description. Hopefully I didn't spell any of those wrong. All right, so all these laid out. Let's start with the date. Super easy. Come up here, hit short date. Boom. Let's give an example. 1/1/24. Boom. There we go. And easy as that. Second thing, month. One's a little bit difficult. First thing I'm going to do, equal sign. That's going to show Excel that you're using a formula. So we're going to write text, hit tab. Okay. Now, easiest way, go to the arrow keys. Just arrow key over left one. For the value, we want the date because we want to know what the month is. So after that, we're going to hit comma and then quotation marks and then 4M's. Okay. 4M's, that's going to spell out the entire word. For example, for January, it's going to say January. If you go 3M's, it's going to go Jan. It's going to cut it in half, the abbreviation. Then 2, it's just going to give you the numbers. So 4M's, quotation marks again, close it off. There we go. There's January. Now for the amount, I'm just going to put in $10 just as a starting amount. And category. So before we get into the category, we're going to come over here where we have some space and we're going to write it out. Category. And then same thing, income slash expense. So we're going to go income slash expense. Okay. So these two will help us when it comes to setting up this table. We're going to create mini tables. That's another thing in Excel that you'll see a lot. A lot of people come up with mini tables to help organize their bigger ones. So mini category. You can write anything. This is where it becomes customizable. You can write down anything that you spend money on or make money on. Literally anything. I'm just gonna put um, some examples in. So first we have salary. Oops. And then say bonus. And then if you have a side hustle. And then if you spend money on rent. Then your mortgage. Your utilities. Transport. So your gas, things like that sort. Groceries. Entertainment. And others. Again, I'm doing this with y'all, so hopefully it's pretty easy to follow along. And now we're going to look at these and see whether you're getting money in or you're spending money. So this is the salary is obviously income. And then with this, you can just grab this right here and just slide it down to whatever ones have income. So all three of these have income. So we're just going to do that. Then second one, we're going to get to expense. Okay. So you're You're going to drag these same as the other one, drag them down, all the ones that have an expense. Boom, that easy, okay? So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to highlight all this. Super easy way to do that. You'll learn to use your keyboard more than your mouse pretty much. I say pretty much sometimes. I like to use it more. Some people use a mouse, whatever's better. But if you have arrow keys, just come over to any top or anywhere and go Control Shift and then arrow key right and arrow key down. That'll highlight all that you need to. And then another shortcut, if you press Control T, it'll pull up, create the table. Make sure everything's right, and make sure you have this checked off. My table has headers. If not, then the whole thing's gonna mess up. So my table has headers. Boom. There we go. You've now formulated the table. So now that we have that formulated, let's go back to category. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky if you don't really know Excel that well. The easiest way to do it is if you go up to data, go to data validation, hit data validation, and go over here, switch this allow to list, and then the source. So here you can either type in all of these individually, which doesn't seem very fun. You can just click this little thing right here. Look at this. Highlight all these. Make sure you don't highlight category, but all these right here below category. Then hit this downwards arrow. Boom. Puts this entire range right here. Then hit OK. And there we go. Now if you come back over here, you see a little drop down. And look at that. All of your categories are displayed up here. So you hit salary, rent, all of it, all of it. It just changes whatever you want. So right now I'm just gonna put salary. So let's go on to income/expense. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. I know I said that before, but this is where it seriously gets a little bit tricky. So we're gonna hit another equal sign. Remember, that tells Excel that we're doing a formula. And then here we go. We're gonna get X lookup. Hit tab. As long as you see this little thing, you can press tab. That just finishes it for you a little bit quicker. So I'm going to try to explain this to the best of my ability. So XLOOKUP is looking through, it's just looking through your Excel spreadsheet. That's what you're telling it to do and find things for you. So what are we trying to find? Salary. We're trying to find if salary is an income or an expense, okay? So the lookup value, we're just going to hit the left arrow key, go to D2 or wherever yours is, and then we're going to hit comma, and then where are we looking for salary? Now over here, we made this little chart for ourselves. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the XLOOKUP, but not the category, but all this down here. This is the array that we're looking for salary. So we're going to use that, comma again. Then return array. What are we looking for? We're looking for income and expense. So to find whether it's income or expense, we're looking in this array. So we're just going to highlight all of this. Okay. Now once we do that, that should be everything. So we close it off and hit enter. And look at that. Income. It found salary over here and then found that it was an income. So it put income. And the really cool thing about this is if you come over here, let's say groceries. Look at that. It changed from income from salary to groceries, which is an expense. Almost completely automatic. Pretty freaking cool. I think so too. So let's go to salary. Description, let's just say dog walking. If you get paid $10 for dog walking, I don't know, but at least you're making money. So that is pretty much everything for this table. So we're going to highlight, remember going to one of the corners, doesn't really matter which, top left for this one. We're going to Control Shift, right arrow key, down arrow key. Should highlight everything. Same thing, Control T, create table, make sure my table has headers, and hit OK. So now that this is a table, anything that we write down here will be updated in all these things that were the same. It's pretty cool. And remember, the last thing that we're going to do before we go on to the next section, come down here into sheet 1 and let's go to rename and just rename this as data table. Okay, it's really important that you name all your things because when you have a bunch of these tabs stacked up, it can be really messy. And if you really want to, if you don't like it being like super claustrophobic, you can just grab this and like move it down to like I don't know, some other section. But then it kind of messes up this. So we'll just keep it up here. And then it'll just follow these columns right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter a couple more points so we have a little bit more info. And then we'll finish up the next part. All right, now it's time for part 2. This is where things start getting fun. So we have our table already. I'm just gonna pop in a couple more points in here. Again, it obviously fills in with your own stuff, if you have it. Let's do the side hustle income. We'll go 524. Then we do 555. Entertainment. Then 224. $1,000 bonus. Boom. There we go. Let's do 2 more. We'll do 10 for 24. $500 in transport. And then one more, 11 to 24. This would be $900 in, let's go, I don't know, groceries. Let's actually make this salary, make this, I don't know, utilities. Just get rid of that. Okay, so we have a little bit of data here. So, see all this expense income. Next thing we're gonna do, come down here, we're gonna hit this plus sign, new sheet. It's gonna create another sheet. It's on the same Excel, but it's a different sheet. First thing we're gonna do, rename it. We're gonna call this dashboard. Okay. Best thing to do is to name it. Now, just find anywhere you want to fill this out. It's gonna pick right here. Call this income. We're gonna write all the different types of things that we need. Okay. Income right here. Now go a couple spaces over. Then we will write expense. And then a couple more over. And savings. Okay. So we have a bunch of these now. So we go here. We're gonna list all of the months. Okay. It's kind of annoying, but it's got to be done. Oops. So January, February, January, February, March, April, oh my goodness, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay, there's probably a faster way to do that with some formula, but honestly, I don't know it. Anyways, all the months. Make sure you write those out. And then here we go. Time to get into the fun stuff. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna look for this month back in our table over here, okay? By the way, an easy way to get through, well, maybe not. Easy way to get through the different sheets is if you have a page up and page down, if you hit Control, you can go through those really fast. Just a little shortcut. So we're gonna look through these and see how much money was spent in each month or saved in each month. So I'll start with income. We go equal sign because we're doing a formula. And this one is very tricky, very, very tricky. So this is even more tricky than next lookup. We're gonna go sum. We know what sum is. Ifs. Okay. What that does is it tells Excel we're adding if, and there's multiple. Okay. So you can keep going as much as you want because it's ifs. If it was just one, you would do if. But it doesn't really matter that much. So sum ifs. So we're trying to look for the sum range, okay? So we're going to go back to our data table. We're going to go to the amounts right here. We're going to highlight all of these, okay? That's the first thing we're going to do. Now, you can see your thing up here, even if you don't see it in the dashboard. So the amount, boom, first thing done. Next, we're going to go back to our dashboard, and then we're going to highlight all of these, okay? After we highlight all those, we are going to do comma, never mind, wait, I knew something didn't look right. Let's do that one more time. Sorry, I forgot I'm doing this with y'all. Sum ifs, okay? Sum ifs. Tab. Go here, find the amounts, okay? Comma. Now we go here, highlight all of these, okay? So we found all the amounts, now we're looking where the amounts are. Boom, done. Comma. Now we go back here and we find our criteria, right? So our criteria is January. So we have January, comma. Now we go back to our data table and what do we look for? We look through all of these, okay? I believe so. I think we look through all of these. Okay, comma. Then we go back one more time. And then we look for the second criteria, which is income. Okay, now this one's a little bit tricky. We have to lock the column in this one because whenever we paste it down, it doesn't want to move. So we're going to hit F4 once, F4 twice, okay? So it should lock this number right up here, 13. Now, hopefully, we did this correctly, and it should work. January. Oh, wait, this is right. Okay. Okay, I think these numbers are right. I think I just didn't put the best, because remember, this is only income. So when it says 0, it means that I just didn't make any money there, which is true because I was just kind of doing whatever here. Right? Okay, so I just realized that I actually spelled I spelled February without the R in the middle of the word. So that was the problem. So hopefully it'll work now. No. Did I spell expense wrong? Expense. I spelled expense with the C. Okay. Okay. So other than my very poor spelling, everything is right. So let's go here, copy these over. But all of these we're going to delete because we're using something a little bit different. Okay. So what we're doing for these one is the saving formula. Very simple. Actually, we don't need an equal sign. We just grab these numbers. Okay. All of those. Oh, wait. So, oh my goodness. Okay. How do I do this? Grab all of these. Now, comma. What am I doing? And then we subtract it by these. And then hit enter. There we go. So January lost $10. And as you can see, all of that works out pretty good. So sorry about this very, very not put together tutorial. But again, I'm doing it with y'all, and it is 12 o'clock at night, so I'm a little bit tired. Anyways, no excuses. So let's add total. Total at the bottom of these, and pretty easy. There's a shortcut that you can do, which is Alt and then plus, which is pretty much just adds all those together. There you go. There's your total. Then same thing here. You just grab these, copy them, paste them here, and same thing here. Copy, copy. Oh my goodness. Copy, paste. So we have this much income, this much expense, and a lot of saving because of February. Um, so there's that. And then also another thing that you may want is an average. So we go average. And here we go. Here's something pretty cool that I think is pretty cool. So we're gonna go average, but not just normal average. We're gonna go average if. So average if tab, and then the range. Obviously, we're gonna take all of these minus income. So boom, and then just subtract one. Here we go. So there's our range. However, notice how we have zeros in here. If we were to average the zeros, it would not actually be a real average. Okay, this just means we made no money there. So if you want to average that in, then it's okay. But if you don't, then follow me. Do the quotation, and then we're gonna do less than, or sorry, greater than 0. Then another quotation, and then close. Okay. Then with that, that is gonna average the income that we got between all of these. So we got an average income of 8,216. Okay. Then we do the same thing. Copy these, paste, and paste. There we go. So it's our average income, then our average spend, and then our average savings. Oh, wait, no, for this one, because there's no negative, we have to edit this one. So if we go here, just remove that. Ah, that was very, very loud. Forgot we had to remove just average. There we go. So that's our average saving. Sorry for that error message. I know that was very, very loud. So now let's do some formatting. So there's a bunch of cool things that you can do. You can go up here in good, expense bad, savings neutral. You go here, highlight all these things like that. Okay. And then you can do something called cell formatting, which I think is really, really cool. So you can highlight all these, go over here to conditional formatting, and then you can do data bars, color scales, or icons that represent how these numbers are doing. Personally, I like color scales the best. So obviously here, we can do these ones where it shows, let's do that. It shows when you do really good, and then it averages out whether you do mediocre, mediocre, and then bad. That's one of my favorite things to do. And then for this one, let's highlight all of these. We go up here and we do color scales. Obviously, this is expense, so we don't want the higher numbers. So we rotate it like this. So it shows $900 in November. That's pretty awful. Let me space these out a little bit. So it shows that. Then savings, you do the same thing. Go over here, color scales, normal. You see, we did a really good savings in February. And then you can come over here, highlight these, and then you can see, I think this is probably the best way to do it, or you can just do it manually, however you want. And then you can, I don't know, Yeah, you can just play around and do whatever you want. If you want to add borders or things like that, you can do whatever you wish. That's the cool thing about Excel is no one's telling you what to do. Um, once you learn how to do it, then you're pretty much do whatever you want. And I know this is really scuffed. I'm trying to show y'all the most simplistic one that you can do. So yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to do that. So that is the end of this part, and then the next part will carry on, which will be a category breakdown. Okay, so now for one of the final parts, we're going to go down to the category breakdown. So what this is going to do, what's going on? Okay, this is going to do is we're going to take all of these categories off. I know you're going to have a lot more than this, probably many, many more. But for what we have, we're going to take all these categories and we're going to figure out how much money you've been spending on those individual categories. Okay, let's go back down to dashboard. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to write income. If I can spell income, then go over a little bit and write expense. Expense, I'm going to have to spell it with a C because that happened, but anyways, so income. So what are we looking for? We're looking for everything that's an income. So equal signs. We're going to go back to our data table. We're going to find all the things that are income. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Boom, hit enter. There we go. There's all of our income. Same thing with the expense. Go here, go back to our main thing, find a thing with all the expenses. Rent, mortgage, utilities, transport, groceries, entertainment, other. Go back, hit enter. There we go. All the things. Now, for the formula, same as the other one. Sum. Wait, did we use sum ifs? I think we did. Maybe not. I don't know. So, sum ifs. Tab. Now we're finding the sum range, okay? So we're going to go back to our table. We got to find the sum range, which is the amounts. We're looking for, like, what are we adding? So we have the amounts, comma. Criteria is what are we looking for the amount, okay? Like what amount are we looking to like plug that into? It's going to be these categories. Highlight all the categories. We're going to go comma again. Then we're going to go back to our dashboard. And the criteria, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? We're looking for salary. How much money are we making in the salary, okay? So, I'm going to put it on salary, close it off. There we go. We made that much money. So if we check back up here, what do we make from salary? That exact same amount. So we know it worked right. Go over here, either drag or double click. There we go. We can check that by coming back. We can see $1,000 for bonus, and then 1, 2, 3 for side hustle. $1,000 for bonus, 1, 2, 3 for side hustle. So can copy this, paste, and then drag that down. And that is the expense that we had. Now I know it's positive, but you can add the negatives if you want. We can check that real quick too. 5, looks about right. Yep, looks good. So, probably want to find the totals as well. See how much money, how much, what's it called? How much income and, I cannot speak. You know what I'm talking about. Same thing. Alt, this, boom, enter. Super easy. Total again. Go over one. Alt, plus sign, enter. Super easy. Super easy. Now, we can do the exact same thing. Highlight all these, and we're going to do some formatting. Go to color scales. Boom. Same thing as we have up there. If you like that, do it that way. I'm going to show you something a little bit different though. We come to data bars. Now, income, green. We like money. It's green. So, come right here, and it shows you based on the percentage how much is made in each thing. So obviously you can see that this is taking the majority. You can see that little sliver down there, and then there's a super, 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 super tiny sliver right there. So it just bases off of all the things that you've clicked on, what percentage is taken up on all of them. So we do the same thing for this one. Go back to conditional formatting. This time it's expense. We don't like expense. It means it's going to be red. So groceries. Boom. A lot of money on groceries, okay? So there you go. Shows you the amount in a more, I don't know, I guess you want to say creative form. And why not? We'll just go here. We'll clear the formatting, and I'll show you icon sets as well. I don't really use these as much. I don't really know what you would use these. Maybe stocks if you have investments, things like this. As you can see, I don't know. If you want them, you want them. If you don't, you don't. It's whatever. You can use this. Star ratings. Just want to see how our employees are doing if you're a business owner. But anyways, there you go. We'll just stick with the data bars. Then of course you can do the rest of the boxes. I'll just put these in a box just to be happy. So it looks a bit better. Okay. Final thing, which I think is pretty cool, is you can highlight all of this. Okay. Highlight all of this. You can go to data, and then if I can find it, where is it? Where is it? This. Do I have to highlight all these? I don't do this a lot. Group. Here we go. We can group it. Okay. Now what that's going to do is you can shrink it and open it up if you want to. So it just makes it a lot easier if you have a lot of things on the board. You just come here, group them, boom, they're gone. Then you can open it back up. So what you can do is you can put titles up here. Okay. So what is this? This is our dashboard. Okay. So you can put dashboard. It's probably not the best place to put it, but dashboard. Okay. Then you can open it up and boom, there's our dashboard. So you can make it like, I don't know. Obviously put more effort into it, but you can just have dashboard there. Then we can have, I don't know, what would you call this? Category spend. Okay, category spend there. We can make that same one. Boom, there we go. So if you have a lot of things up here, it's super crowded, group them together in the data in this area right here. Then it's a lot easier. Oh, I want to open my dashboard. Click this right here. Boom, there you go. Don't want it anymore. Boom. You want to see my category spend? Boom, there we go. So just an easier method of just doing whatever you want to do. Now for the last thing, this is just some cool things to know. So first one is knowing what date it is. It's kind of something that I put on every single Excel spreadsheet that I have. It's just nice to look up and know what date it is because I don't want to really go down here and check the date and things like that. So let's just write, I don't know, current date. Okay. Current date. And then you just go, oh, not that, equal sign. And you would never guess it. We're going to write today. Oh my gosh. Crazy. That's it. That's all you have to do today. Boom. December 28th, 2024. Anyways, so that is it. That is all that I have for today. I just wanted to release a quick little tutorial. I hope it was quick. I don't really know how long this video is, but going over some of the fundamentals to get your budgeting Excel started. And again, don't listen to everything I say. You need to expand what you put down. Don't stick with these. If you have other things in there, put them in there. Experiment. That's the thing about Excel is you have to experiment. See what you like. See what type of conditional formatting you like. You like the bars, you like the icon. There's even more of them. There's a ton of things to look at in here. You don't like the color of the table, change the color. Like there's so many things. Um, you want to add I don't know, what are the charts at? You want to add a chart, add a chart. You add pivot tables. Maybe I'll make a different video about that because those can get kind of complicated in pivot charts, wherever that is. But there's a ton of things to learn in Excel. So hopefully this gave you a good foundation of how to start. Or if you already know what to do, thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate it. This is my first video on this channel, so please give me some feedback. If there's anything I need to change, if I did anything wrong. I know I did plenty of things wrong, like misspelling and things of that sort. But again, I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay safe and keep doing what you're doing. Make money.